Welcome to the Neville Richards Premier League. It is party time again.
What are you doing, Hayes?
Rick Edmondson, you little beauty. Rick Edmondson scores for the first...
Nah. What are you going on about? Yes, he played.
Yeah, well, that's a win.
Well, his score counted, but
that's a win.
The only issue we had that the score was that low that they all counted. He was the lowest scorer of the team. 28 though for Rick's good going, but yes, the 28 was a counted score, but everybody in the team had it.
I got excited.
Yeah, well, he's back. Yeah, the Rico, he's back, made an appearance. You should have seen the fanfare as when he walked in the pro shop.
Really?
And headed to the 10th tee.
He didn't come in and put his hand out for anything, did he?
As you can see by the photo there, yes, he decided to come and collect his golf balls after the Goblins won the golf balls the previous week. So yeah, he's good at collecting stuff when he doesn't play.
So now he's got more balls than counting scores, is that right?
He has, yes. And I think Ryan Reynolds said the same thing. He goes, I think I've already paid for my entry in golf ball winnings with the Goblins this year. So, yes, no, good luck to the Goblins. They are the high-scoring team, but it's not looking good for their finals aspirations, though.
No, things aren't looking good. Look, we may as well start there, if that's all right with you, in the review of round 13. It was curtains for a couple of teams and some big shocks in there as well. And the Goblins were among those who really suffered badly at the hands of the Bullies.
It was. The Bullies got over the line 199 to 195. Actually a good win by the Bullies. They only had the 8 players. Goblins had 9. But for the Bullies, Ross Gibb, he starred in the afternoon. He had 40 points and he's our Travis Matthew Polo winner for this week. Well done, Roscoe. Phil Stevens, 35. Ange Foot, 33. She's back in form.
Nice vein of form.
Sean Rodwell, 33. Then Jackie Rowe, 31. She was on the Recometer last week.
Yeah.
She's counted score on 31. And Richard West, 27. While the Goblins, they had Bull Thompson on 37. Ian, the excavator Burrell, he had 37, Hazy. Barry Benson, 33. Richie Howes, 32. And then, as I said, accounting score was 28 for that team. And Pat Peacock, Ian Woodhouse, Peter O'Neill, Sheik Reynolds, and Rick Edmondson all had 28. So as you can see...
And they only lost by 4.
4 points.
Oh my God.
Another professional performance by the Bullies. The Goblins looked in control during the morning with the Buzz, the excavator, and Richie putting in some good scores. But Phil Stevens and Ange Foot sort of matched them though
so
in the
Can
morning.
you fill me in a little bit, because I understand that the excavator might have gone home and done some work on the sand game last week.
Apparently so. He had a few good early sandy pars on the way round. I did get a text message from one of his playing partners mid-round saying buzz for the polo.
Right.
And then proceeded to have a couple in the bunker as well on the 16, I believe.
Yeah, Hitler on the 16th. And then probably didn't finish in glory either.
It is, and I've got it sort of noted here, but is this the one that got away for the Goblins?
Yeah, well.
I checked a few of their Bully scorecards and there was no major stumbles through the triangle or through the round, but wow, the Goblins.
Uh-oh.
Missile
statistics.
Richie Howes wiped the last hole. Ian Burrell, you wiped the 17th hole. But worse was Barry Benson. One of the most consistent golfers in the club.
Yeah.
Bazza, you were 33 points after 16. And you start on the back 9.
And they need 5 points
to win. And you wipe 8 and 9. So that could have, those 3 players there could have probably cost the Goblins the chance for finals, because now it looks very remote.
It does. It's still statistically, mathematically possible. Your favourite phrase, maybe.
Yes, but I don't think it can happen. There've got to be too many variables to occur, and then they need a massive win and they need a massive loss by another team.
So the missile fork is going into the Goblins.
Goblins done. Even though Ryan Reynolds, we had some correspondence Saturday night. Actually had a bet with Rhino on the way round. I was refueling some golf carts and saw them on the 10th, so I went over for a watch of the second shot into 10, and Ryan asked me what I'd give him if he reached the green on the 10th from the fairway, and we won't reveal the content of the bet, but let's just say it's the best 2 metres short of the green in my life. Are you good shot, but he just didn't have enough shaft and enough club on it. So come up short of the green, as he always does. But yeah, no, Goblins would be very disappointed with that. Next week, the win for the Bullies makes minor premiership guaranteed, while the Goblins need a lot of things to rely on results.
All I can say is thank God that YouTube's got a G rating.
Yes, can't be discussed in this parameter.
Oh, wow. Well, I thought we were dodging a bullet there. So, well, let's move on to another team that's definitely had the fork put in it. The Peakers, we knew that they were gone, but they've been on a roll and they ended the Hookers season.
Yes, Peakers 196, smashed the Hookers 177. Peakers had 10 players. I think the Hookers might have put the queue in the rack. They only had 7.
Yeah, right.
7 players. For the Hookers, Choco Royal 33, Neil Keskinen 32, Dan Hopgood 31, Paddy Kennedy 28, and then Ian Francis 27 and Helen Power 26. While for the Peakers, Marion Keskinen, she was a little bit apprehensive going out as a little bit of rain come through, but she soldiered on for be the top scorer of 35 with Lee McMuffin. Robbie Stiglbauer 34, Lynn Kirby 31, Tickle My Doodah Wilson 31, and Kenny Ladder 30. But yeah, they were smoked by 19 points, the Hookers. Yeah, when you've got Choco Royal having 33 as the best score, it makes it hard to win. But it was a good effort by Leroy, actually. 35.
Yeah, not bad.
I was with Leroy Friday night, watching the Cats and the Pies, and let's just say he was passed out during the third quarter on the chair. Sort of, he was no good, but
not unlike the Cats.
yeah, exactly. But for the Hookers, Geldof James pulled out on the morning, head cold. Stu Anderson cancelled in the morning, crook. Bill Adams, I'm not sure of. Robbie Moorcroft, maybe still hungover from his Barnbougle trip. And then I think Soupy Collins was still celebrating his golf trip win over McGrath and Wilson. So that was the players from the Hookers that couldn't make it. For the Peakers, we won't leave them out. David Milne would rather drink cans and punt on the horses than play. Saying that though, he did have family coming from Tasmania and he let mum play because her game was a lot more important. So on you, David. And then we had Yanni Lathouris unable to play.
Why was he unable?
Have been reliably informed that, don't want to divulge too much, but Yanni was undergoing a medical procedure on Friday and thought he'd be unable to play. So I'm glad your teammates of the Peakers stayed there for you. And I hope the doctor didn't use 3 fingers.
Oh, we're very close to that G rating here today. I'm very nervous.
I hope everything's all right, Yanni. But yeah, your Peakers got over the line. Hopefully be back this week. Thank you, Johnny Wooden, for the intel.
Oh, wow. The third game we need to review was slated really to be the match of the round. The Warriors and the Tornadoes, but it turned into a bit of a fizzer. It
was. We talked about it last week, match of the round, and it was an absolute fizzer. Have you been reading my notes?
No, I haven't, actually.
But anyway, the Warriors, 197, Tornadoes, 172.
Oh,
Warriors, 10 players, Tornadoes, 8. For the Warriors, Jilly Barker, returned to form, 35.
So everything's okay at the Pro Shop?
Pro Shop's all good.
Yeah.
Sheets are still there. I'd hate if they lose next week and miss finals. I don't know what's going to happen. But Gary Hayward had 35. Ian Lachlan, the little diminutive man, he had 34.
He's in good form.
Buffhead Allen, 33.
Also
good. Yeah, actually, Buff wasn't too happy when I spoke to him about it. He goes, mate, I've had 6 good rounds in a row, but Buff, 30 points isn't a good round. But no, he had 33. It's good to see. Brian Bell, 32. Skeeter Howard, and actually, Pete DeFazio, he was a scorer again, 28 points. But Pete, that's not really to your standards, mate. Like, I know you're approaching 135, and you better stop with the head wobbles. Everyone, we've got a bit of a book here that has actually been the game of golf Peter's way, and it's actually been, it's reminiscent of Pete DeFazio's life. Yeah. It's actually historic. We had to dust it off. It's that old.
Well, it was first published. The first edition of this book was published in 1894.
Was it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's when Pete first got into golf up at Whittlesea, I think. So
right. Okay.
There's a whole series of short stories here.
Yeah. Well, Pete, maybe you should actually concentrate more on your golf instead of head wobbling over your book. But anyway, no, it's good. It's a good read, Hazy. I actually got a little bit of more information about my game out of it. So
really,
it was good. Yeah. Nice. We'll get into the Tornadoes now. Toot toot, madam. First game back. Wasn't really expecting too much. He was the highest scorer for the Tornadoes.
He must have had a big score, did he?
Yeah, 31.
Oh.
Highest score was
Wow.
31.
Wow.
Steve Bond, 30. Anthony Swain, 29. Cole Isbell, 28. Doreen Ivers, 27. And Ando Wooten, 27. Massive win for the Warriors. But it was a low-scoring match with not much highlights. But there was one name you didn't notice there, Hazy, for the Tornadoes.
I'm just looking down the list here. Was it Dale Pollock?
Not sure what happened to Dale.
But he averages like 33 basically every time
Yeah,
out.
well, he came in during the week for a lesson, and he was doing some good work, and I was tracking his score, and he was 15 points after 9.
Yeah, that's all right.
So on the back 9, so he was tracking all right, and then...
So he must have finished sort of, low 30s again, just near the 33?
Yeah, he only had 4 points on the front 9.
You mean on the 9th?
No, the front 9.
The whole 9?
9 holes to finish with 19.
Oh, wow.
Now, I'm not sure if he was injured or whether he pulled a heartstring and just gave up.
Because it's still jet lagged, is he?
Well, we had discussed that during the week, and he said he did have sore legs still. So, yeah, I'm not sure if it was a heart injury or what the go was, but it just shows how good it was for the Tornadoes with 31 being the best there. But
19?
19.
Shows you the dangers of head wobbling, doesn't it?
It does. Like he talked it up about you,
Yeah.
or talked you down, and now he hasn't performed since he's come back. But yeah, good score by Toot Toot. Only had half a hand, which he cut off last time. So good effort. But yeah, Dale, I'm not sure what to think about you. Ladder positions now. Warriors are now moved into second place, while the Tornadoes sit precariously in 5th.
They can still make it, but it's out of their hands now.
It is.
Out of their hands. All right, let's move on to the match that had probably the biggest ramifications for the Final Four. Just won't lie down. I know they're doing it, that their spiritual leader wasn't there, Scuba.
Was getting some messages from Scuba though. He was keeping an eye on it.
He was. He's never far away. And the Pirates kept their season alive with a pulsating win over the Crusaders.
3 points, Hazy.
Cool.
Pirates 208 to the Crusaders 205. Pirates win the Callaway Golf Balls this week as the highest scoring team. Pirates had 10, Crusaders had 11. So it's good, good contest of numbers for the Pirates. Yvette Pollock 37, Darren Heaton 37.
So she's recovered.
Don't know about Dale.
Okay.
May not be as fit as Yvette. Jerry Raviani had 36, Johnny Powell 33, Justin McGrath 33, and Mickey McNeil 32.
Oh.
While the Crusaders, Corky, returned to form, 39.
Your man.
Well done, Corky. Johnny Rowe, 36. Nina Ibbotson, 34. Bobby Gibbs, 33. Stan Maskell, 32. And Coop McMurrich, 31.
That's good.
So, Coop, I will give a bit of a shout out to Coop. He did rally. He was 6 points after 7.
Yeah, wow.
11 after the front 9. Came into the pro shop and had a bit of a pep talk to Maxi there. And he come in with 20 on the back 9 to finish with 31.
Good effort.
And become a counting score. So that was good, Cooper, in your development there of not giving up. So that was good. But is this the Pirates of 2022? Massive wins coming into the finals. Although it was only 3 points, it still keeps their chances alive. Crusaders appear to be in control early with Cliffy McCorkle and Johnny Rowe and Bobby Gibbs starring in the morning. The Pirates also had Yvette Pollock and Juzzy McGrath and that big strong man, Mickey McNeil. Surprised Mickey played, seeing the weather was a bit... there was a couple little squalls came through in the morning, but he was there.
No, I've been speaking with the McNeil camp. They're going to play even if Cyclone Tracy comes through.
Really? Okay, it's obviously changed. But yeah, they were still a little bit behind in the morning, but then we had Darren Heaton and Jerry Raviani bridge the gap in the afternoon. And I was at home watching the scores and did some pre-math on it. We had one player left on the course and the match was tied.
Oh, wow.
So this player was playing his last hole, the 9th hole. Only player left on the guys. If he wipes to the 9th, it's
a tie.
It's a tie.
Yeah.
And what do you reckon it was? This player was an inaugural member of the piss-poor Portarlington team last year. He averaged 23 points last year. His best score of the year last year was 28. He parsed the last to finish with 33 and lift the Pirates for victory Johnny Powell.
Well done, Johnny Powell.
Good on you, Johnny. Good to see you lifted your team over the line there. What was the secret for Johnny Powell?
You asked him?
No, I didn't. I actually know what the secret was.
Oh, right.
He had a little lesson with Maxi during the week.
Right.
And has a new secret weapon of a golf club in there as well.
Is that right?
Yeah, so a little secret club change. But good on you, Johnny. We're proud of you. You copped a little bit of heat last year, but this year I reckon there's a chance that you may not be in the PPP team. That's still to be discussed, but no, good effort. Yeah, got your team over the line and by 3 points.
And the balls, as Matty said, to Pirates and did it in Scuba's absence. I'm sure he's watching. I know he was watching because he was texting frequently. So well done to the Pirates. Season alive. Still probably the team in the hot seat. Let's have a quick look at the ladder now before Professor Milne here goes into all the permutations and combinations that might work out.
Well, Hazy, I've got 6 pages of content here, and I couldn't put all the permutations down, but I've put a few of the key ones here. It's so open, this ladder, as you can see. We still have potentially 6 teams that can make the top 4. The only team that is safe and guaranteed a final spot is the Bullies.
Now, I'll finish outside the top 2 either.
Correct, yep. So even if they lose this week, and the Warriors win, they'll still finish second, but only by percentage. So, but guaranteed the first semi-final spot for our finals. But I'm going to go through a couple here now. It's a bit like the Golf Link handicapping system. You can't understand it, but I'll go through it anyway. So grab a wine, grab a frothy, and we'll try and dissect a little bit of this. Now, if the Pirates lose and the Crusaders and Tornadoes win, the Pirates miss the top 4.
That's a lock.
That's a lock. If the Crusaders lose to the Goblins and the Tornadoes win over the Hookers, the Crusaders are out and the Tornadoes are in. If the Goblins beat the Crusaders and the Tornadoes lose, the Goblins could move into the final 4, but they need massive percentage boost.
Yes.
If the second place Warriors lose to the Pirates and the Tornadoes beat the Hookers and the Crusaders beat the Goblins, the Warriors could miss out by percentage. So finals places are in the hands of teams, and this is what we want to be in the season here. But another one is that if the Pirates win and the Crusaders win, then the final 4 will be the Bullies, Pirates, Crusaders, Warriors. Only way this can change is if the Tornadoes have a massive win, and I think you've done the mathematical equations on this, Hazy.
I have. That only way that can change is if there's a swing of a total of 60 points between the, I'm going to get this wrong here, Matty, but the Warriors would need to lose by X, and the Tornadoes would need to win by X, totaling 60.
Yeah.
X and Y would need a total 60. Sorry, bad algebra, but it's a big ask.
Yeah. So all you can do as your team is turn up, show up, and it's in your hands.
I thought you were going to say shut up, but we don't
want
that.
No. We want them to be here. We don't want to have sort of teams not turn up and give another team an easy ride to potential finals. So,
plus all the the prizes still on the line. The Drayton medal.
Yeah. So at our end of season dinner, which we do on the night of the grand final, where we have our best and fairest, or the Drayton medal winner, we have the all Portarlington team, the piss poor team. So your scores and your contribution to your team all add to these awards. So so it's your last chance to actually do that, because it's only based on rounds 1 to 14. We don't include finals in these. So so it's your last chance to put yourself up in lights and potentially get an award on that evening.
All right, Matty, let's go through them. You want to have a look at the Hookers and the Tornadoes to start off the previews? Yeah,
so Hookers are cooked officially. Must win for the Tornadoes. No ifs or buts on this. Last time they met, the Tornadoes blew the Hookers away 196 to 172. Big margin there. The Tornadoes were led by Alan Kerry and James Finch, while the Hookers had Stu Anderson and Dan Hopgood lead the lacklustre Hookers. As I said, Hookers can't make the finals, but surely pride of making the Tornadoes potentially miss the finals would be a high priority. For the Hookers, I'm sure Paddy Kennedy and Dan Hopgood want to knock Ando and Sword from the finals. Ian Francis would want to smash Toot Toot Madden out. Billy Adams wants to take Swaney and Flea Pollock out, while Chris James wants to smoke Cole Isbell out. I implore the Hookers, call to arms for this last game. Don't give the Tornadoes a potential easy ride to the finals. Make them earn it. You were grand finalists last year. Show some heart.
Bang. Cop a bit of that. So the second match for preview, Matty, the Warriors and the Pirates. Now this is an epic match here. Second and third, so much on the line.
Yeah, I think it's match of the round here, and they're both in form. Last time they met, the Warriors won 187 to 180. Paul Kirby and the Frenchman Matthew Marley were the best for the Warriors. How things have changed though. Last week, Paul Kirby 22, Matt Miles 23. You two chunks need to lift. While the Pirates had Darren Heaton, Johnny Powell and Captain Scuba at the top of their scoring, but the Warriors need a massive injection of youthful exuberance from Milesy. You were on the precipice of the all-Portarlington team last year, and this season you've been a major disappointment for the Warriors.
Are you saying he's on the verge of the Triple P?
Well, potentially, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the scores you've posted recently are 25, 33, 28, did not play 27 and 23 over the last 6 games.
It's pretty PP.
And the Pirates, they need to show something for your leader. He'll be looking for some improved performance from a couple, but I'm going to put one on the Rickometer this week from the Pirates, Hazy.
I'm thinking, I didn't know where you were going, but I've got a sense of where it is by that look in your eye.
It's not you,
That's a big start.
because you didn't play on Saturday. But the Rickometer is going to the self-proclaimed recruit of the year, Jezza Mirrors Prime.
Wow.
Whatever you call yourself, Jezza, Mirrors, Toby, Fig Jam, whatever you want to go with.
Margie.
Your last 3 rounds were 25, 26 and 26. Even Rico had 28 last week, so you were under him. After a promising start to the season, you've been diminished into an irrelevant player for your team. You boasted that you were recruit of the year, and I quote in a private message, this is some of the content you were sending. I hear the Pirates have been strengthened significantly with my inclusion this year. Premiership odds have been wound in. No Jezza, no Pirates. Or the Pirates haven't lost while I have been playing. And hasn't that comment aged well? Prime time.
Oh, wow.
You quoted that to me on the 10th of July. And since then, the Pirates went loss, wipe when you were playing in the team.
Wow.
You are irrelevant, and you have become the eye in this team, and that's not what Scuba Hub and Heaton talk about. Imagine the embarrassment for this team if you were to miss finals with your inclusion. You proclaim to be the Messiah and the integral part of the Pirates, but there is a chance that they may miss because of you.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Wow. So how many first-round draft picks did the Pirates give up to get Jezza?
I'm sure they'd be pretty happy to just mid-season draft him out, I would have thought.
Well, get a bit of the Rickometer up there, Toby. That's cop that. Now, the Bullies and the Peakers, mate. Another, on paper, an easy one to determine, but the Peakers have just shown a bit.
Yeah, that's it. Bullies first, Peakers 8th. Is it a fait accompli with the ladder positions? I don't know. Peakers have won 2 of their last 3, just moving into form at the right time. And the Bullies have won their last 3. And last time they met, it was a 192 to 177 win. Sean Rodwell, Richie Weston, Ross Gibb were the leading scorers for the Bullies, while the Peakers had Tickle Maduda, Wilson and Flanders lead the Peakers. The result of the match really is irrelevant, as the Bullies have shorn up the top 2 spot there. But they would like to win the minor premiership though. They'd have that bragging rights. But this match could help some of their players into form, which might include Manny Golfers and Richard West, while the Peakers are only paying for pride, potential positions in these awards at the end of the year. But it is probably a good springboard into the 2024 season. So hopefully Yanni can turn up as well on Saturday.
Let's hope so. And the final game for preview of the regular season, can you believe it? The Crusaders and you've written them off, still mathematically possible Goblin.
Yeah, well, contest this is going to be. The previously top of the table Crusaders scrapping with the high scoring Goblins for the final spots in the top 4. Goblins need to win and rely on the Tornadoes losing for the faint chance. As we said, it's a massive amount of percentage they need to make up, but I'm sure the Goblins, being this high scoring team that they are, would be looking for it. But both teams have been sort of probably the hottest team during the season. And what a finale this is going to represent on Saturday. Last time they met, the Goblins won 188 to 173. Goblins only had 8 players as well when they last met. Scoring was a bit subpar on that day. I think the weather was pretty ordinary, but the Goblins had Steve Evans and Pat Peacock top score, while the only player worth mentioning for the Crusaders last time was Nipper Dodds. He had 35 and all the other players had 30 or below in that match. So Crusaders will be hoping Snags and Jan Cogger can return to some form. Josh Bowen with you turn up this week, while the Goblins need something from Woody, Reynolds and Richie House.
And Rico.
Yeah, well, I don't want to put too much pressure on him.
Well, I had that.
I know you had this. I saw the champagne ready to go.
Ready to pop. I thought he'd done something magic.
Yeah, well, 28's a good start for him. But, yeah, I'd like to see him have a counted score at maybe 34 or 35. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Well, we'll have this ready for you next
We'll have it on ice, Rico.
There you go. Well, there you go. That's it. I can't believe we've come to the end of the home and away season in terms of previews. All to play for on Saturday. I'll be back out there again.
Oh, you're playing this week?
Yeah, I am playing this week, and I'll be really interested to see some of the feedback you get after some of those stinging remarks.
Well, I think they're only truthful. I'm not lying at all. I'm just stating the facts of what's happening.
Truth is your best defense.
Yeah, it is.
I like it. Well, big thanks to Neville Richards as always. Luke Campbell and his team are just awesome for us, and of course Matty and all his crew in the Pro Shop, the Your Golf Pro line. If you can't make it in to talk to the great man, or he's offended you, you can still shop through Your Golf Pro online. But yes, thank you to all our sponsors. The shirt, we want to recap the prizes actually, Matty.
Yes.
The shirt went to
Ross Gibb from the Bullies with 40 points.
And the balls, the beautiful Callaway balls, go to the Pigden Street Pirates. So well done. We're out of books.
We've got Peter DeFazio's we could give away maybe, but no, we'll keep that one for Pete. It's a good addition.
But that's it. Thanks, Matty.
Thank you, Hazy. Thank you for your time. So next week we'll divulge a bit more information about our end of season awards night, and then tickets will be available within the next few weeks. We'll get those out where you'll be able to purchase. As an entrance, you actually get your ticket for free. But if you do wish to bring the Dale along, the wife, the mistress,
both,
whatever you'd like. We do have it in the view room, so yes, if you are intending to bring a partner, get those tickets quickly because it will sell out fast. It was a great night last year. We had a bit of live music and things like that. You might even see 2 big boys up on the stage at some stage. It was a great night last year. Everyone enjoyed it, and it'd be great for everyone to turn up as well.
All right, thanks, Matty. We'll see everyone out on course on Saturday for the final round of the Neville Richards Premier League home and away season.
Thanks, Hazy. Go the Peakers.